Hello, welcome to 8th International Online CoSiM Conference. I am very happy to be having this session. Thank you to conference organizers and Professor Markus for inviting me. Without further ado, I would like to start my presentation. My name is Professor Cihan Cobanoglu. I am the McKibben Endowed Chair Professor, the Dean of the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management, and also director of the M3 Center, which is a research center at the University of South Florida. I would like to just tell you a little bit about my university and the research center that we have. University of South Florida is a public university, one of the 12 in the state of Florida. It's a preeminent research university and a member of Association of American Universities. We are located in the beautiful state of Florida in the southeast corner of US. And if you were to look specifically where we are, USF has 3 campuses, one in Tampa, the main campus, one in St. Petersburg, and the other one is in Sarasota, Manatee. So it's on the west side of Florida on the Gulf of Mexico. And the main campus, as I tell you, is in Tampa. And the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management is located under the MoMA College of Business. The M3 Center does quite a bit different activities, including publishing open access journals. Journal of Global Business Insights is an open access, so it's free to submit, free to publish, and free to access articles, 100% through open access, supported by the M3 Center and also USF Library. And the email is usfcenter.org. The other journal that we have is Journal of Global Education and Research. Again, this is open access. We also have Journal of Global Hospitality and Tourism. Again, open access journal. I also am the proud founding editor of Journal of Hospitality and Tourism Technology, which is published by Emerald. If you were to look at some of the indexing results here, it's JHTT is indexed in Scopus with 8.4. They call site score, which is kind of similar to impact factor for Scopus index journals, and 6.4, the 5-year impact factor in the Web of Science. So JHT is also SSCI index journal. It takes about 36 days time to first decision, 78 days acceptance to publication, and we have about 12% acceptance rate. So the title of my presentation for today is Experience Design in Service Industries, the role of technology. I would like to just tell you with the definition of experience, how to design the experience. We need to know what experience is. So experience, if you look at the dictionary, it's actually, especially if you look at number 4, knowledge or practical wisdom gained from what one has observed, encountered, and undergone. So this is the knowledge or practical wisdom gained. So that's the definition. Of course, all of them is obviously correct, but that's the one that at least I'm using in this presentation. So experience design is defined as such, but before we go into this, let me just give you a little bit example what I really mean by experience design. From 1950s, I'm going to take you back to that area before I was even born, and probably many of you were before you were born. So Betty Crocker is a brand in the United States that started in 1940s, 50s. It's actually a chef, nutritionist who created this cake mixes. What it did that Betty Crocker at that time is to take all the ingredients of making a cake and put that in a box, and all the people, the woman at that time who bought these cake mixes had to put water, mix, and then put in the oven, and then just cook it, So this is what I'm going to show you right now is a commercial from 1950s of Betty Crocker herself playing in the commercial of this TV. Let's watch.
I'm Betty Crocker, and I promise you a perfect cake every time you bake. That's right, perfect. You be the judge. Or write General Mills, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and get your money back. Remember, I guarantee a perfect cake every time you bake, cake after cake after cake.
And you don't have to bother with fancy icings for any Betty Crocker cake. Who would ask for anything better than chocolate cake and vanilla ice cream with chocolate sauce? Or white cake and chocolate ice cream with marshmallow topping right out of a jar? Where's the family that doesn't go for cake and ice cream, especially when every cake turns out just the way you want it, thanks to Betty Crocker cake mixes. Bake a Betty Crocker cake right now.
This cake mix actually was a complete failure. It didn't really work. And so if you were to think why this happened is that because the researchers have actually researched this and found that this is the guilt factor. So the effort justification was not there. In other words, the woman, at that time again, 1950s, the woman, the role of woman were primarily at home. Home care is, and the man usually go outside, make money, breadwinner. As at the time, things have changed right now, but it didn't really work because the woman who's staying at home supposedly clean, cook everything, but now they just take this cake mix and then they just pour and then put some water, and then they feel guilty that they are doing something that they did not put a lot of effort. So again, they have researched this and they found out that the failure has been explained with what we call Ernest Ditcher in 1964 called in the Handbook of Consumer Motivation is effort justification. So that people actually wanted to do something to be able to get credit for it, right? So Betty Crocker cake mixes took this advice once they failed and they put some effort into the cake mixes, which is actually adding, they took the egg and they took the milk out of the equation from the cake mix. They actually give this to the person who's baking that cake. So now you need to put the water, you need to put the oil, and you need to put the egg into the mix. So, and then you mix it, and then it actually created this effort justification. So I'm doing something. I'm not just cheating. I don't have this guilt, but I'm actually doing something. So this is a very clever way of altering the recipe in such a way that it allows people to do it. So I'm going to now take you to 2024 from the Better Cookers still in place, their commercial. Let's look at this effort justification. Please keep that in mind when you watch this short commercial. These are the kids with a father. They're going to make a cake by using Better Cooker. Let's watch. You see how that was like the kid cracked the egg and the other one took the spatula and then mixed it and all that stuff. Similarly, IKEA is on, probably many of you know this brand, pretty global now. And what they do is they allow you to be able to put a lot of effort justification. So this is on the extreme level. So almost nothing is fully assembled in IKEA that you have to assemble in such a way that people even do competitions such as this one.
IKEA furniture can be a pain to assemble. Heavy cardboard boxes are filled with slabs of wood that you have to put together using tiny tools and pieces. But IKEA has a new line of furniture that they claim takes less than 5 minutes to assemble. To put this claim to the test, we got Business Insider reporter Pam Engel, executive editor Joe Weisenthal, and CEO Henry Blodgett to build this bookcase.
Go?
We start?
And we're going to put them on the clock.
Obviously, we're not going to wait here for them to do it, but the whole idea is effort justification. The experience can be something that can be designed. So if you look at these two different dining sets, 4 chairs and a simple table, which you can buy from IKEA. If I were to tell you that the one on the left, that you just bought it just like that for $100 or $200, just give it a price, doesn't matter. And the one on the right is the one that you bought from IKEA unassembled. You assembled it. It took you 2-3 hours, and then you created what you see here. If you were to sell them, what price would you put? Again, let's say that both of them costed you the same money. Most likely the one that you put the time is going to be valued higher in your eyes, most likely, because you put this time in there. So in this IKEA example, as you see that there's another extreme that you really have to put a lot of effort, but if you don't, so they were smart actually. They identified that they wanted to give the choice to the consumer to be able to choose if they want to add effort or not, so that they actually partner with Task Rabbit Assembly. At least this is for the USA, that you can actually hire people to come to your home and of course for an extra charge to be able to assembly, help moving, mounting, etc., all these things if you don't want to do it this way. Once Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple user experience guru, have said, probably it's very famous quote, you've got to start with the customer experience and work back toward the technology, not the other way around. Instead of just inventing technology and say, use this, instead look at what people really want to do. And obviously, without any hesitation, that Apple is very, very successful in this one. So based on all of these, I can just tell you that experience design is the practice of designing not just the products, but processes, even the way that you do things, services, events, omni-channel journals. Like let's say that you start in a website, you go into the restaurant or whatever, that experience continues there. So omni-channel is multiple channels, environments with a focus placed on the quality of the user experience and culturally relevant solutions. We need to put that in there. Very famous example of Walmart in Germany was not very successful simply because of the packaging, right? The Walmart cashiers packaged these things. Germans didn't like it. It's a small detail, but culturally you need to make sense as well too. So here, experience design, I put here the C is a capital in the experience. The reason for this, because that C corresponds to choice, right? You need to design your experiences in such a way that people can alter this experience based on what they want to receive. So that's really, really quite important. If I were to give you this many choices, let's say that you want to just simple water. If I ask you, do you want mountain water? Do you want lake water? Do you want this water? It's going to really, really confuse people. Instead, when we design this, we need to make those choices as simple as and as clear as possible, whenever it's possible, of course, right? So you want this one, that you need to be able to choose as the consumer, okay, let's go and buy a microwave, right? We're talking about product design. If I were to go and click on a microwave, this is what I'm going to see. Very similar to what you probably have at home. And if I go to Walmart and I type microwave and just see what is available, please look at all these different microwave options here. And you see that there is the size, the shape, the infrastructure, how they were designed are almost identical. 1970s, let me take you back again. This is how microwave looked like. This is how it looked like. This is how it looked like when it was first created and invented and going there. Today, this is how it looks like. So, these buttons, let me just take you one button over here. How many of these buttons do you really use? Even in the 1970s or even the ones that are today, how many of them do you really use, right? If you just think about this, most of us, if you're like me, start, stop, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes. That's it, right? But yet the design from 1970s are the same, except this model, which simplified that user experience interface in this microwave. So put maybe only 3-4 buttons. That's it. So this is what you see: start, stop, defrost if you need that, clock. That's it. Also, let's just switch from microwave to remote controls. We have TV, almost everybody has TV. And this is what a typical remote control looks like. I don't know how many buttons are there, but they look like probably 30 to 50 different buttons in a remote control. Again, I'm going to ask you, how many buttons in a remote control do you use? Do we really need these buttons? Again, if you're like me, volume up, volume down, channel up, channel down, and input if I want to switch to Netflix or something. Pretty much it, right? I don't really use too much. Maybe, start, stop of the video. And here is Amazon. This is their Fire Stick. What they have actually redesigned the remote control. There is only 10 or 11 buttons, and that's what you need for the experience, right? Start, stop, the channel, up and down. That's it. So these are the two examples of experience design. I'm not saying that this is the best way to design it, but I'm just telling you, showing the progress that was made. Cell phones, the same, lots of buttons, and look what we come up today. Most of our cell phones have no button at all, if any, right? So this is another example. Let me just switch now to the service industry. What do you do in your significant other's birthday or anniversary? First year, 5th year, 10th year, whatever. If I were to tell you that if your partner come to you and say that I'm going to take you to a restaurant, and he took you to this restaurant for the birthday, what would you do, right? This is a fast food restaurant, McDonald's. Usually we do not associate this, unless you are very young, with an anniversary of a couple, right? So McDonald's, the experience design here is quite different. So it's more utilitarian, to fill the stomach. People don't go there to share special moments. Again, with some exceptions, but in generality, people come and go. When we are talking about the birthday or anniversary, you are most likely thinking something like this. Elegant, the experience is much different, just like you see in this video, that you are sharing the moment. The experience is not what you eat, obviously, that's very important, but it's the environment that. So with this one, of course, with COVID, a lot of companies were kind of forced to be innovative, creative, and Airbnb, who was the hotel room sales or the people's room and rental, was a huge hit with COVID, and they come with this now experiences. Look what they have done, actually. It's quite interesting. They now have what they call experiences. So, of course, with COVID, this was either online or in person in open places, etc. If you were to click, this is when I was in Tampa. I just clicked on here, so you can see popular with locals. You can island cook with Alpha Chef. You can just see goat yoga, moon magic with Luna, etc. All of these things that you can just like pick one of these, island cook. So as a chef is teaching you on an open space, in person or online. It could be online, all of these things. So here's the paddle lessons for you, etc. If we were to go into online experiences for, again, Airbnb, you see from the dances to the circus factory, the magicians, to even, again, chefs, coffee courses, etc. Those are all were created. So this is really interesting because the Airbnb has understood that this designing experience can be in different levels, and really tap into this one. It's quite successful. So they actually did a they did a study like here. You may remember in this movie, Charlie the Chocolate Factory, this little kid were given the option of the lots of chocolates versus this golden ticket. He opted in for the golden ticket for the experience. Maybe again, if you watch this movie, you will remember that as opposed to one time just chocolate versus an unknown experience was more attractive to this kid, which is what we are trying to put here. Yourself, the world, why, what, how is what really get you. The product is how and what, but why and going to yourself is where the experience is. So during the after and during COVID, the experience design has been done in different ways. Let me just give you some example. So here, the empathy in the experience design, the empathy is the centerpiece, meaning that you're putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. So Lufthansa, a German airliner which suits to this conference, is actually showing on their website during the COVID time that how they actually are during traveling to Corona, such as this, for example, airplane, how the air is being cleaned there, which is obviously not really typical, do you see, but they just altered the design, experience design, because people at that time wanted to find that. Today, not that. Norwegian Airlines, the same way is going on here. Let me just turn off the sound. You are going to see this is a commercial during the COVID time. If you just pay attention to this, that you are going to see mobile app, the ladies using mobile app, the barcode scanner, touchless, right? There's not a lot of these things. And similarly, Emirates Airline, this is April 2020. I warn you, this is very, very short time after the COVID was announced as the pandemic. They actually, this is Dubai Airport, as you see, which is their, let me see if I can turn off the sound. Dubai Airport is there, looks like a hospital, but this was the boarding gate. They were just doing this rapid test. Many other companies have followed suit here. Contactlessness was another thing in Thailand. This is the street dancers. They put these shields to be able to give people an understanding that they are protecting them. Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas, many hotels actually put these kind of like a glasses between themselves and the guest, as you see in many, many different examples. Did it really do the work? No, but this is creating this environment, in this case, products, create this experience design. When we go to the public restrooms, when we see this, we know that they are cleaning. We are not supposed to go in there. But now, actually, COVID has changed that. We need to show that you care in such a way. This really is interesting phenomena because we hoteliers used to clean the public spaces at night when nobody sees. But today, you need to show that you're cleaning, contactlessness as a choice, and give people the choice. Hey, maybe I'm in a hotel right now in Colombia. I just happen to be in Colombia, that I have I'm staying in a Marriott hotel. So if I want, I can actually use my room key as my phone, or I can just get a regular hotel key here as well too. So that's the first C, 3 of them. A is assure them that you're doing these things, communicate to them, reinvent the things that you didn't do before, but now you're doing it. And empathy is always in the center. So to show you some examples, this is from Miami. As you see, again, hopefully this is going to work, but in their commercial, look how they are actually pinpointing all of these things to you as well. To restaurants, look at Domino, very successful restaurant chain, pizza chain in America. They created this what they call Domino hotspots, right in the COVID time, that they brought the pizzas to parks and beaches, etc. And still to this day. And also they put this car side delivery, very, very quick reaction, invention, very simple button in their app. But what they do is they actually bring the pizza to you. They bring the pizza to your car. Here's, even during COVID, they couldn't even do a commercial with using real people. They even use cartoon. Let's watch their commercial. This is right during COVID.
At Domino's, we're open late to serve you. And now we're introducing Carside Delivery. Just pull up, check in, and we'll deliver to your car with zero contact for no extra charge. At select Domino's locations only.
So this now is pretty common in Domino's. Still today, it's working. Smart payment systems. I'm sure that you have seen these everywhere. Now they actually can be dynamic, that when you see the menu, you can even sort them based on which people have bought the most, etc. Augmented virtual reality is another experience design. Here's one example from I do research in this area, Christmas decoration in a restaurant. It never snows in Florida, at least it didn't so far, but you can actually see this augmented reality to give you a feeling that during Christmas maybe it can snow. In the cruise industry, this is really, really interesting, because augmented reality is going to create a whole new set of an experience. Let's watch how.
Also wants to play with your senses in the stateroom. In this concept cabin, screens bring windowless space to life, complete with a fake balcony. Wake up to a sunrise and watch the room transform around you. Find tranquility in a rainforest where water dripping from the palms above falls to the floor. And who wouldn't want to sleep under a starry night sky, complete with moonlight reflecting off the ocean water below? It's only a concept for now.
So this was a augmented reality in cruise lines, which is going to become reality. Virtual reality training in Hilton hotels is another example where you can when you can actually design this wonderful experience. Hilton using this.
Every day at the corporate office, we make decisions that impact the team members at the hotel. So we really needed to make sure that our corporate team members understand the complexity of working in a hotel. Oculus for Business has really shifted the way we work. We can truly upskill team members faster and really focus on empathy building, which was a game changer for us.
We then said we can use this tool to be able to really help our team members practice different scenarios of building empathy with our guests and make sure that we are delivering best-in-class service.
Hi, I'm here to check in.
If we were to try to do
Again, we are doing research on this one. We wanted to find out if you show a destination to people, will they want to go and visit that place better, more or less? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick. That's why I have a little bit difficulty. I apologize for this. In conclusion, experience design is a journey, not a destination. It never finishes. When you create something, like look at what Apple is doing, even though they invented the iPhone and it changed the way that we interact with phones, still there is more and more coming in. With that one, I would like to tell you that the way that we actually solve the challenges of today is interdisciplinary, by creating experiences, cultivating these experiences, curating these experiences in such a way that it gives people choices. And also, I just want to give you an idea that all of these technology and stuff, look at these jobs. None of these jobs existed 10 years ago. These are all from hospitality industry, social media producer, corporate director of social media, digital web production analysis, to continue restaurant and hotel companies, e-commerce manager, integrated media, events technology manager, etc. So this is really interesting. I would like to just leave you in my last 30 seconds of my presentation. As the JHTT editor and the other journals, I would like to invite you to look at these some of the items that I listed here and encourage you to submit your articles to our journals that we will be happy to consider to publish them. But there are many great ideas, areas to research in experience design, in the impact of technology, of course the AI now, in everything in how we do business. Again, thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this wonderful conference, and I hope that I will see you in some places in person one day. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.